Okay, the first thing that I'm going to have you do is get your skewer out and your ruler and your marker. So the goal of this activity is to make a transmembrane protein that looks like this. This represents what's in a healthy person, and it's going to be flawed in someone that has cystic fibrosis. So this is the end goal, and we're going to go through a few steps to make that. So the first thing you do is you take your skewer, which is 12 inches long, and you put it right here in the middle, and you make little marks on it every 1 inch, and that's where you'll make your cuts. So line, you're working with a partner, like that. Is to cut this, you're going to want to take your skewer, hold your hands like this, take your wire cutters, and you're going to do the base of the wire cutter, and you're going to move it directly up like that, and cut. Okay, move down to the next one, cut, move down, cut, and keep going, and hold the side that you're cutting in place with your fingers, and continue to cut all the way till you get down to the bottom, and you have 12 wooden alpha helices ready to go. All right, go ahead and take your pin. This pin is going to give us this internal shape right here. So what you need to do is take off a piece of tape like so, and you want the sticky side to be facing out. So I want my matte side to be facing the actual pin. So my sticky side is facing up. So kind of finagle it so you make this tunnel with the sticky side out for the tape. So it's like tape right there, okay? So once you have that, pause if you don't, take your hot glue gun and smear some hot glue all around just the tape. Try not to get the pen at all, okay, because you're going to want this tape ring to slide right off of the pen. So kind of make nice little pools, spread out all neat. Now we need to move quickly here because this is going to dry. So now I'm just simply going to start putting my alpha helices all around my pen, creating this membrane tunnel that will be inserted into the cell. Okay. If you're a little short, kind of finagle it so you spread that like that. Just make it so you might have a little gap space, just kind of move them around. The glue should be malleable enough at this point where you can kind of make it so they're as close and as evenly spaced as you can possibly make it. So it looks like this right now. Okay. I'm just going to let that dry. Right. And when it's ready, either you're going to have to reinforce it with glue like this. You might not even need to do this, but that's okay if you do. It'll dry and it'll look just fine. Okay. So I maybe had to reinforce the perimeter. I'm going to let it dry, and when it is dry, it is ready to be slid off the pin and used as an ion channel. So you have your CFTR ion channel, your chlorine ions, and an origami cell. So what you want to do is you want to insert your ion CFTR tunnel protein, transporter protein, into the cell membrane like so. Okay, so you just make some cuts, here, side, side, and down, and push this through. It's not going to be pretty, but it works. All right, there is your chlorine ion channel, CFTR, embedded into the cell membrane of the cell. Now the inside and the outside of the cell can communicate with each other. Then they are going to transport chlorine ions from the inside of the cell to the outside of the cell. So go ahead and put some little beads inside of your cell. This is going to be a lung cell. It's going to line the air passageways. The main air passageway is a trachea, branches off into two main bronchi, and it is lined with mucus. You're going to use this model to show how the movement of chlorine from inside the cell to outside the cell controls the texture of the mucus.